Here's something that may shock you. A recent groundbreaking study by Mount Sinai Medical Center revealed the presence of more than 287 toxic chemicals in the umbilical cord blood of newborns. 180 of these chemicals were carcinogenic, 217 were toxic to the brain or nervous system, and 208 caused birth defects or abnormal development in animal tests. CNN also conducted their own study of human blood. In fact, they tested the blood of one of their prominent news anchors. Scientists now know that whether you are a news anchor or a new infant, chances are your bloodstream is flowing with hundreds of toxins and chemicals. Another study shows that the average teenage girl has 16 hormonal disruptors in her body, as if living with a teenage girl wasn't hard enough. These unnatural hormonal intrusions can create serious complications. The most concerning part of all of these studies is that these toxins and carcinogens are commonly found in daily consumable products. What is the solution for you? How can you protect yourself from these toxins and carcinogens that are probably already in your bloodstream and accumulating every day? As I see it, there are two necessary approaches to addressing this serious issue. First, you must protect yourself from the outside in to stop the accumulation of potentially harmful ingredients in your body. Second, you must protect yourself from the inside out to help rid the body of these toxins and minimize the potential damage being caused by them. First, let's talk about protection from the outside in. Another study from the University of Pittsburgh Cancer Institute found that 60% of toxins in the blood were absorbed through the skin. That means that now more than ever, you must be extremely conscious of everything you put on your body. Chances are you have never read the warning label on your toothpaste. It probably says something like this: warning. Children under the age of 6 should not use this product. If you swallow more than a regular amount used for brushing, contact a poison control center immediately. How about the warning label on your deodorant? It says something like this: if you have kidney disease, do not use this product. Yet your kidneys are nowhere near your underarms. Obviously, this means the ingredients in this product can actually enter your bloodstream. No longer can you simply trust the safety of your personal care products, your lotions, your toothpaste, your shampoos, things you use on a daily basis. The difficulty is finding an alternative. Most people today are not even aware of these studies and the fact that these product issues exist. And that's one of the reasons most products continue to be formulated with potentially harmful ingredients. The other reason companies use potentially harmful ingredients is simply because they cost less and companies must be able to compete on a price basis. In a moment, I will tell you where you can find the safest, most effective products on the market, products that don't contain a single toxin or carcinogen found in the studies that I've just told you about. Recently, I spoke with one of the world's most brilliant heart experts, Dr. Gerald Bresnahan. This renowned physician has been the doctor to 3 U.S. presidents and the on-call physician for visiting royalty and other dignitaries such as the Pope. Dr. Bresnahan also invented the blood enzyme test used around the world to detect heart attacks. Let's listen to what he has to say about toxins and the heart.
We used to think that the skin was a barrier to keep all the toxic chemicals out of your body. We know, though, that just the opposite is true. The skin is really a sponge. It absorbs everything. In fact, as doctors, we now put a lot of our prescription medications through the skin. And for example, the average woman, we now think, absorbs about 5 pounds of chemicals into her body every year just through her makeup. There are so many toxic chemicals all over our environment that are very common. For example, BPAs. BPAs are found in plastic, all kinds of plastic, and it leaches into whatever it is, for example, a bottle of water. And the BPAs are actually estrogen-like compounds, and they can actually cause women's hormonal problems, as well as I've seen people have irregular heartbeats because of the BPAs. The next time you look at your liquid soap, look on the back, look on the ingredients. The first thing is always water, but you can bet that right after that it will say sodium lauryl sulfate. What is that? That's a compound that will react with many chemicals in your body to form nitrosamine, which we know are carcinogens, absolute and terrible carcinogens. You know, there are over 70,000 chemicals used in industry today, and 1,000 new of them come in each and every year. And they are all, of course, tested, right? No. Only about 7% of these chemicals have ever been tested. And you know that 99% of the cosmetics in this country contain at least one chemical that's never been tested. And most of them contain many, many more. And the industry uses a lot of tricks to get around having to disclose what's in there. For example, if they say for professional use only, they don't have to disclose certain chemicals. They can hide them from you so you don't really know what you're getting. And I really think that the next scandal after the tobacco scandal will be for all the toxic things that we now have in our environment that we take for granted are safe and are really toxic and killing us. You know, I'm the medical advisor for Trivani. I'm the chief of the medical advisory board. And as such, we have a do no harm policy. I will personally guarantee to you that each and every one of our products will be free from pollutants, will be free from carcinogens and potential carcinogens.
Now, let's talk about protecting yourself from the inside out. 2 recent studies indicated that approximately 96,000 Americans die every year from a deficiency of omega fatty acids. It would seem that there is an easy solution to that problem. Simply supplement your diet with fatty acids by eating fish. But let me tell you about another study that came out nearly the same time. Fish from 291 streams and rivers in the United States were evaluated for toxic contamination. 100% of the fish tested were found to contain mercury. A majority of fish also contain other contaminations. So you need more omegas, but if you eat the fish which provide them, you could be contaminating your body with harmful substances. Here's another dilemma. You need minerals to keep your body healthy. Vitamins don't even work without minerals. But many of the healthy foods that provide them have been grown in soil that has been depleted of these minerals. This kind of paradox is common in the health and nutrition fields. What if you could provide your body with the nutrition it must have to not only support your most vital health needs, but also help support your body's battle against the invasion of harmful compounds already flowing in your bloodstream and accumulating within your tissues and organs? The solution to your needs, whether from the inside out or the outside in, can be found by using the only products in the world that follow a strict do no harm philosophy. Trivani International has created the perfect, natural, and safe high science solution to these modern day dilemmas. Trivani International's products work to not only help you support and preserve your health and appearance of youth, they can also make a major contribution on 2 more vital levels: your personal financial prosperity and your purpose in life. Did you know that every 3.7 seconds somewhere in the world a child dies from hunger? Over 8 million children a year die before the age of 5 from treatable or preventable causes, and 2 billion people in the world live on less than $2 a day. Unfortunately, it is estimated that more than 100,000 nonprofit organizations will have closed their doors this year alone. Now, as the president of Trivani Foundation, you might think this is the moment when I ask you for a donation. Well, I'm not going to do that, and I never will. Instead, I want to introduce you to a unique company that has found a way to turn business into benevolence and consumption into compassion. Our story starts with a remarkable woman, my mother. Leslie Deanne was a business entrepreneur who had built and run a $700 million network marketing company. In 2006, she sold her company, retired, and decided to concentrate on supporting charitable causes that benefited women and especially children. But Leslie Deanne knew that there was a limit to what she could do. When the last dollar was spent, that would be the last child that she could help. That's when I came to her with a proposition. What if we could create a nonprofit foundation with a for-profit sister company that would generate revenue to support the foundation's humanitarian projects? In fact, it could generate humanitarian funding month after month and year after year. This concept was enough to lure Leslie Deanne out of retirement. Trivani International and Trivani Foundation were born. With Trivani, we have created the world's first purpose-driven network marketing company. Our revolutionary compensation plan generously rewards Trivani distributors for their hard work and enables them to become part of the humanitarian process through our patented child sponsorship program without any additional money out of their pockets. On top of that, Trivani's high-quality, high-science nutritional and personal care products generate enough revenue to fund the Foundation's humanitarian projects around the world. Through our charitable partners and ingenious leveraging systems, we can take $1 and turn it into anywhere between $20 and $100 worth of medical supplies. And let me tell you why you shouldn't procrastinate this opportunity. With our Lifeline compensation system, you can be paid on the volume of every person joining Trivani around the world. Your organization can literally grow on a minute-to-minute basis. That's why you need to register with Trivani as soon as you can. Talk to the person who told you about Trivani today. Let's cure the disease of hunger.